The time now is 11 p.m. Tonight's top stories. Premier unaware of plot to topple the Unity government. Similarly, Deputy Prime Minister Dato Sri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said support and cooperation from all are vital to strengthen the current Unity government. Plus, Sarawak is set to unveil its new self-produced technology by next week. Hello there, you're now with me, Little Elite, and this is TVS Nightline. We begin Nightline tonight with this. Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg has rubbished claims of any conspiracy to topple the current Unity government, saying that he is in the dark of the recent happenings brewing in the West. The Gabungan Party Sarawak GPS chairman stressed that as one of the coalition parties in the Unity government, political stability is of the utmost importance, and that the conspiracy was merely fear-mongering rumours circulating on social media.
Saya pergi Gago Raya situ, kita tahu lah. Ya, saya sinangah gila. Habis situ kita serotok Gago Raya. Lepas tu gawai ni nyangat kata hal nak sinun.
He was met by reporters at the Hari Raya Open House organised by Deputy Minister of Rural and Regional Development Dato Rubiah Wang, held at Kota Semarang Civic Centre on Thursday. Earlier, rumours have been rife that there was a fresh plot to remove Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim as the leader of the Unity government just 5 months after its formation. Last week, Deputy Prime Minister Dato Sri Fadillah Yusof, who is also GPS Chief Whip, denied any intention to oust the Unity government and repeatedly called for the support for the Unity government to ensure the economic recovery of the country for the well-being of its people. Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim has also dismissed such claims, saying that it had no basis.
Echoing the same sentiment, Deputy Prime Minister Dato Sri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said cooperation between the federal and the state governments must be strengthened for the sake of the people. He said the current Unity government has a bigger agenda in moving the country forward, and thus difference in political ideology needs to be set aside, as this unity will lead to instability. The UMNO president said the current Unity government, which is backed by 148 members of parliament, must be strengthened by ending various political polemics and by not raising new issues that can derail such efforts. In other news, Sarawak is set to unveil its new self-produced technology by next week. The latest in the state's green technology stable, Premier Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg said the technology would be announced after his working visit to London and right before the State Legislative Assembly or DUN sitting to be held from May 15 to 24th.
Silaman saya sekejap sebab saya akan mengumumkan teknologi baru. Saya dah janji kan, saya dah janji detail on our new technology yang akan memberikan pendapatan baru kepada Sarawak. Sebelum dulu.
The 2023 Wesak Day celebration exemplifies the spirit of unity among the multiracial and multi-religious people of Sarawak. Deputy Premier of Sarawak and Minister in charge of Unit for Other Religions, UNIFOR, Dato Amar Douglas Uga Umbas said a nation can only progress if its people are strong and resilient. His speech was read by Deputy Premier Dato Sri Dr. Sim Kuihian.
Being strong and resilient does not only refer to the people's physical health, but more importantly, the strong bond, support, and great patriotism among the multiracial and religious people. To love the country is to love its people, and to love its people is to respect each other despite their race and religions. Buddhist organizations are encouraged and obligated to play a common role to motivate positivity in the hearts of the people. Solidarity is the key for the Malaysian Buddhist community to accomplish this mission.
Buddhist associations are encouraged to instill positivity as unity is key to society to progress. Hence, he urged Sarawakians to appreciate the sacrifices of freedom fighters who fought for our freedom and the state's peace, unity and harmony.
This anniversary aims to foster the sense of belonging and the pride as a Sarawakian, strengthening the unity ties among its people by living harmoniously with mutual respect and tolerance for each other despite differences in race, religions and culture.
This year's Wesak Day 2023 celebration was held at Sarawak Buddhist Association, attended by around 600 visitors.
The government, under the Rural and Regional Development Ministry, has allocated 917 million ringgit for the implementation of 241 projects in Sarawak this year. Its Deputy Minister, Dato' Rubiah Wang, said 38 of the projects are new, while the other 203 are extension projects.
Okay, untuk makluman, kebanyakan projek kita lebih dalam bentuk prasarana. Khasnya jalan-jalan luar bandar, bekalan elektrik, bekalan air, dan juga pada tahun ini kita juga memfokuskan tentang pembangunan telekomunikasi di peringkat luar bandar. Untuk RMK ni, untuk rancangan Malaysia ke-12, kita mempunyai peruntukan yang besar lah. Kalau di Sarawak kita ada 1.5 bilion sebenarnya untuk 5 rolling. Tetapi sekarang kita baru ke fasa ketiga, maksudnya rolling ketiga, dan kita telah pun menerima sebanyak 917 juta.
She was met by reporters at her Aidilfitri open house held at Kota Samarahan Civic Centre on Thursday. Rubiah, who is also Kota Samarahan Member of Parliament, said the focus projects included 14 rural electricity supply projects involving an allocation of 170.5 million ringgit, 76 rural road projects costing 169 million ringgit, and 56 rural water supply projects costing 136 million ringgit. Additionally, the ministry will also upgrade roads under the Jiwa Murni project that are in poor condition in the rural areas of Sarawak, such as Baram, Hulu Rajang, Kapit and Betong, which will cost an estimated 85 million ringgit through the federal government's special allocation for road maintenance.
Deputy Prime Minister Dato' Sri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi has called upon airline operators to set a festive season flight tickets for the upcoming Keamatan and Gawai celebrations in Sabah and Sarawak. He added the government is very concerned about the sky-high cost to be borne by Sabahan and Sarawakians working in West Malaysia during every festive season. Thus, he suggested that airlines should set the price of festive season flight tickets for both Borneo states based on corporate social responsibility or CSR instead of supply and demand.
Kita harap di perayaan-perayaan mendatang perkara ini dapat diatasi dengan segera, dan kami di peringkat pusat amat prihatin terhadap permasalahan yang dihadapi, terutamanya dari segi kos penerbangan udara untuk rakyat Sabah dan Sarawak yang bekerja di Semenanjung untuk merayakan perayaan di kampung halaman masing-masing. Kita akan lihat di hari Gawai nanti dan hari Keamatan, ya, supaya masalah ini tidak timbul lagi, dan saya dengan Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri dan juga Timbalan Perdana Menteri Fadilah akan memantau supaya perkara ini dilaksanakan sepenuhnya.
Apart from that, he said establishing a boutique airline connecting the peninsula, Sabah and Sarawak is also one of the measures which can ensure that the price of flight tickets is competitive.
And exciting news for Sarawakian and Indonesian travelers as Indonesia Air Asia is launching a new route that will connect Jakarta and Kuching as part of its efforts to boost tourism in the ASEAN region. Jakarta will be the second city in ASEAN to be connected with Sarawak by the airline after Singapore.
Starting June 15th, AirAsia will offer 3 weekly flights, departing every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, with promotional one-way fares starting as low as 199 ringgit. The promotional fares are available now until May 14th for trips between June 15th and October 29th. The flight schedule included in the statement shows that the Jakarta-Kuching flight will depart at 7:30 a.m. and arrive in Kuching at 10:40 a.m. The return flight will depart Kuching at 11:10 a.m. and arrive in Jakarta at 12:20 p.m. Currently, AirAsia Malaysia flies between Singapore and 3 Sarawak cities, namely Kuching, Miri and Sibu, making it the airline with the widest network between Sarawak and the Republic. In addition to this new route, AirAsia is also continuing its domestic service within Sarawak, Sabah and Peninsular Malaysia.
We'll be taking a short break. Coming up right after, who is most at risk to heat wave? We spoke to an expert to find out. Plus, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky calls for new tribunal during his visit to The Hague. Right here on TVS Nightline. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Now get this, individuals aged 40 and above are 10 times at greater risk of heat stroke as compared to the other age groups. Public health medical expert from University Malaysia Sarawak Unimas, Dr. Helmi Hazmi said the age group lacks the tendency to adapt to the surrounding temperature as quickly and efficiently.
Dan untuk mereka yang mempunyai komorbid seperti darah tinggi, kencing manis, mereka yang mengambil ubat-ubat tertentu, mereka yang mengalami masalah jantung dan sebagainya, mereka ini juga turut mempunyai risiko yang tinggi untuk mudah mendapat heat stroke sekiranya terdedah dalam cuaca yang panas itu secara berlarutan. Okay. Tidak juga lupa kepada golongan yang bekerja di luar kerana mereka ini sudah tentu akan bekerja dalam keadaan yang kondisi yang panas dan ini boleh mendedahkan mereka kepada heat stroke sekiranya mereka terdedah dalam keadaan cuaca ataupun suhu yang sangat tinggi.
According to Dr. Helmi, individuals who are exposed to extreme heat or work in hot environment will produce excessive sweat, causing reduction of fluid and mineral salts in the body. This, he said, further resulted in heat stress such as exhaustion, muscle cramps and the other before hitting the last phase, which is heat stroke. Therefore, Dr. Helmi suggests ways to cope with in the hot weather.
Jadi dua perkara ini, satu minum dengan banyak, kurangkan faktor-faktor atau perkara-perkara yang boleh menyebabkan air daripada badan keluar dengan cepat, dan satu lagi adalah kita pastikan untuk mengurangkan aktiviti di luar, lebihkan duduk di kawasan-kawasan yang shaded. InsyaAllah ini akan membantu untuk mengurangkan risiko kematian akibat daripada strok haba.
He added, parents play an important role to always ensure their children to stay hydrated by drinking enough water. Meanwhile, a quick stroll by TVS in Kuching areas found that majority of the public understand and practice the recommendations from the Ministry of Health to increase water intake and reduce activities in hot environment.
Waspadalah, persegi nasihat kami Kena minum air banyak-banyak. Air masak lah, jangan air ais. Ais untuk nyejok badannya, hanya air masak. Untuk jaga badan lah. Untuk jaga apa? Yang kurang badan baik.
Yang pun hawa panas yang lain dari panas biasa. Jadi kita perlu hati-hati lah. Untuk orang yang di luar sana, mesti mau kuat minum air mineral kah, asalnya air sejuk boleh minum. Mesti mau minum air banyak. Sehari kami minum kadang-kadang sampai 2 botol mineral. Lebih kadang.
Bagus kita membasmi dulu lah. Kita cuba macam, untuk berpeluh, kita cuba minum air masak. Anak sibuk paksa, beri aja. Beri aja suruhnya minum walaupun sikit sekurangnya. Antibodinya boleh sejuk.
Macam mana kita perlu minum banyak air dan kurangkan di kawasan luar daripada tempat teduh. Kita perlu berteduh selalu di dalam kawasan yang redup lah. Dulu Amir selalu minum air mineral kecil sikit je. Kini tu banyaklah minum air mineral besar dah.
Still on the topic of hot weather, the Malaysian Fire and Rescue Department Bomba has identified a total of 406 hotspots across the country via satellite. According to its Director of Fire and Rescue Operations, Dato Ahmad Irzam Osman, these areas include Muka and Miri in Sarawak, Dungun and Kemaman in Terengganu, Kuantan Pahang, Pasir Mas and Bachok in Kelantan, as well as the Kuala Langat Utara Forest Reserve.
Collaborating with the Forestry Department and the Department of Environment, the Fire and Rescue Department is carrying out patrols and aerial surveys using helicopters or drones to keep a close eye on these areas. Ahmad Irzam said the periodic monitoring is to ensure the situation remains under control. So far, 2 areas, Padang Terap in Kedah and Jempol in Negeri Sembilan, have already been classified as a level 1 hot weather status, with maximum daily temperatures reaching between 35 to 37 degrees Celsius for 3 consecutive days. Ahmad Irzam also mentioned that the number of open burning cases recorded until March this year was 4,106, with expectations of a further increase until August due to the hot weather forecast. He added that peatlands fires are categorized as open burning and the department is prepared with the necessary equipment and personnel to handle these cases. Residents in the affected areas have been reminded to stay alert and take the necessary precautions.
Bank Negara Malaysia BNM's sudden move to increase the overnight policy rate OPR to 3% on Wednesday will adversely impact the purchasing power of Malaysian households. Economics and Business Professor at University Malaysia Sarawak UNIMAS Dr. Zul Hazwan Hussaini noted that this is due to the recovering economy still reeling from the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Saya berpendapat kerajaan harus campur tangan dengan memperkenalkan polisi penstrukturan semula hutang yang lebih komprehensif dan tidak membebankan dalam jangka masa yang panjang.
In spite of that, Zul pointed out that the increase of OPR is inevitable to ensure that the monetary policy is at a competitive level and for the Malaysian economy to remain resilient amidst an uncertain global environment. Similarly, he reckoned that the domestic market would be temporarily affected due to the reduced purchasing power. Thus, he urged the government to look into an offset policy to counter the effect and to reduce the burden of the B70 households.
Nilai hutang isi rumah sekarang melebihi 80% daripada KDNK. Sifir mudahnya, setiap 1,000 pendapatan bulanan diterima, 800 daripada pendapatan itu diperuntukkan untuk membayar komitmen hutang. Mengikut statistik, hutang hartanah penyumbang terbesar dalam keseluruhan hutang isi rumah di Malaysia.
This is TVS Nightline. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, on his visit to The Hague on Thursday, decries that Russian President Vladimir Putin must be brought to justice for his war in Ukraine. In his first official visit to the Netherlands, Zelensky visited the International Criminal Court (ICC) and met with its president Pyotr Hofmansky. The International Criminal Court, which is based in the city, has issued a war crimes arrest warrant for Russian President Vladimir Putin for alleged deportation of children from Ukraine. However, as it does not have jurisdiction over alleged crimes of aggression, the European Commission has already brought its support for the creation of a separate international center for the prosecution of the crime of aggression in Ukraine to be set up in The Hague.
Of course, we all want to see different Vladimir here in The Hague. The one who deserves to be sentenced for these criminal actions right here in the capital of the international law. And I'm sure we will see that happen when we win. And we will win.
Separately, a panel of global health experts is set to meet today to decide whether to lift the public health emergency of international concern label, which the World Health Organization first gave COVID-19 on January 30th, 2020. WHO Director General Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus has expressed his hope to end the international emergency this year. However, there is no consensus yet on which way the panel may rule.
Since January 30th, 2020, when the WHO first gave COVID-19 its highest level of alert, the panel has continued to apply the label every 3 months. However, as a number of countries, including the United States, have begun lifting their domestic states of emergency, the question of whether to end the international emergency status is now on the table. One thing is clear. The decision will have significant implications for global funding and collaboration efforts. Professor Salim Abdul Karim, leading expert on COVID, said if the emergency status is lifted, governments should still maintain testing, vaccination and treatment programs. Others argue that it's time to accept COVID-19 as an ongoing health threat similar to HIV or tuberculosis. All eyes are on the panel's decision, as it will determine if the world can finally move beyond the pandemic emergency or if we need to prepare for more challenges ahead.
Dozens of Londoners are partaking in a street party as the city prepares for the coronation of their monarch, King Charles. People waved the British flags and were helped to their seats by dancers dressed in floral costumes at a party near London's Fleet Street.
I think everybody's really excited. It's a historic moment. We're 72 hours away from the coronation and people just want to come together as a community and celebrate that.
Meanwhile, multiple London residents expressed their excitement and joy about attending the lunchtime street party held to celebrate the upcoming coronation, where they enjoyed the festive activities and met new people.
Came to celebrate. I thought it was a nice picnic and thought come with my friends, meet some new people. Saw the big 80-foot table and thought that'll be great fun. And there's lots of nice activities going on and there's hedge dancers and everything. So I thought it'd be fun.
So I'm just here to celebrate with the country the upcoming coronation of our new king, and I'm very excited to be here. I'm just here with a few friends of mine, and yeah, I'm just glad to be here.
On Tuesday, May 2nd, police arrested a man outside Buckingham Palace for throwing what they believe were shotgun cartridges, and officers also carried out a controlled explosion in the area just days before King Charles' coronation ceremony.
And Thai police have arrested a Thai woman, Sarawak Rangsi Wuttaporn, suspected of murdering over a dozen victims with cyanide, all of whom were known to be friends or close to her. The police also said that it is believed that the suspect has committed the crimes due to financial reasons. But since her arrest, she has denied all accusations.
36-year-old Sarawak was taken into custody for further questioning, and police refused her bail, as they have found evidence that led them to believe that she may have killed 13 victims.
พนักงานสอบสวนเนี่ยเรามีหลักฐานความเชื่อมโยงของเรื่องหลักฐานชิ้นนี้อยู่แล้วนะครับเพราะนั้นเนี่ยจะเจอในตัวหรือไม่เจอในตัวอาจจะไม่ให้เป็นเรื่องสาระสำคัญเพราะเรามีหลักฐานค่อนข้างชัดเจนมั่นคงในเรื่องของที่มาที่ไปของไซยาไนด์ว่ามาจากตัวผู้ทำผิดหรือไม่
Sarawak has become a suspect following the suspicious death of one of her friends, Siripon Kanwong, after both of them have been traveling together on a Buddhist merit-making trip. Siripon was found dead on April 14th on the riverbank while she was on the way to set free some fish, which is part of a religious ritual. Her phone, money, and bags were also missing when she was found. A full autopsy revealed that the victim's body had traces of cyanide, and since then, families of earlier victims have surfaced, suggesting that the way in which their loved ones died, like Siripon, was also suspicious. Thai police had found traces of cyanide on the right side of the console of Sarawak's car and the home of one of her ex-husbands, a policeman, and found possible evidence. A charred cylindrical vial, content of which were collected to be tested for cyanide in a pile of burnt debris in a bush near the flat.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates, both locally and internationally. More headlines anytime. Visit our website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media. And that's all the time we have for TVS Nightline. My name is Douglas Elliott. Thank you for watching.